What's going on, everybody? Here we are. It's another week at the Home Theater Hobbyist, and this week we have a quick review of the NES Classic Edition. So let's get to it. Here it is, the NES Classic Edition. For those of you who aren't aware, Nintendo released this replica of the popular Nintendo Entertainment System just a few years ago. They've included 30 classic games, with popular titles such as Super Mario Bros., Donkey Kong, Galaga, Pac-Man, Metroid, Tecmo Bowl, The Legend of Zelda, and many others. Priced at $60, this is an excellent plug-and-play system. Now let's talk about the box. This is a really small box. It is 6.5 inches tall, just under 9 inches wide, and just under 3 inches long, and it weighs just under 2 pounds. Along the front, you have a power button, a reset button, and 2 ports for your game controllers. Along the back, you have an HDMI port and the power port. Also along the front, you have what would be the door etched out in the plastic, but it doesn't open. So we don't have any cartridges to put in here, so they don't really have a need for a door. It just looks good. Now let's talk about the controller that comes in the box. It's similar to the original in that it is rectangular and flat, so it's not ergonomically shaped, but it feels fine in the hand, just like the original did to me anyway. And it's got the up, down, left, right arrows along with the select, start, B and A buttons, and that's all it has. The funny thing about this controller is that it has a super short cord. This particular cord is only about 3 feet in length, and so you have to have it very close to you. For me, in a comfortable seating position, I actually had to have the NES box at my feet so I could sit on the couch and play the games because the cord was so short. Now let's talk setup. Setting up the NES Classic is actually pretty easy. You have your box, you have your controller, you have your power cable, and you have your HDMI cable. So the first thing you want to do is you want to connect your controller cable to the front, like that. And then you want to connect your HDMI cable to the back. Oh, that's upside down, like that. Other end to your TV. Connect this, your power cable, to the power connection, like that, and plug it into the wall. Then you'll hit the power button on front, of course, turn your TV on, select the right input, and you are ready to go. Once your TV is on, the first thing it's going to ask you is to choose your language, hit OK, and then you're good to go. You can go ahead and you can start playing games. Now let's move on to actually using the system. The home screen displays all 30 games. Use the left and right arrows on the game controller to pick a game and select Start to begin the game. Above the games is a menu system to change various settings, including display, options, language, legal notices, and manuals. The one I'd like to highlight is Display. This menu gives you different ways to display the games. All of the games are in their original 4:3 aspect ratio. You can select Normal 4:3, Pixel Perfect 4:3, which is slightly narrower, or the most fun CRT filter. The CRT filter yields the classic horizontal lines from the bygone era of tube televisions. Back to the home screen, just below the games is the suspend point list, which are save points for your gameplay. Yep, they actually added a feature so you can save your progress in a game. While playing a game, if you want to save, select Start on the game controller to pause the game, then hit Reset on the console to go to the home menu, select the down arrow, move to one of the suspend point slots and press A on the controller to save. You get 4 save points per game. Since the system comes with 30 games, there's no real way to add any additional games, no way to sideload or anything like that. If you're looking for a little nostalgia when you're playing the games, other than just playing in general, once you finish a game or you use all your lives and you're trying to figure out how to go back, hit the reset button on the front of the console and that'll take you back to the home screen. Overall, I really like this particular gaming system. At $60, it is incredibly cheap. I mean, new games for the popular systems that are out there right now, Xbox One S, and all of those, PlayStation 4, they are like $60. And with this, you get a console plus 30 games. If you are familiar with Nintendo, you've played games on Nintendo system, you probably have a game in here that you've played before and you enjoyed. And if you're not familiar with it, there's enough games here that you can probably find something that you will enjoy, and probably more than one game that is just fun to play. They've added the ability to save your gameplay, so that's really good. I really enjoy that. The only drawback is going to be the length of this cord on the controller, and of course you need another controller if you want to play with other people, but you can buy another controller and you can buy an extension, and that solves that issue. So for, let's say, less than $100, you're all in, which is great. One thing I will mention is, who is this for? I think this is basically for anybody that can game casually at any point, to be honest. You can buy this for your house. You're not overly concerned about it. If you have, like, I don't know, a vacation home or something like that, you can leave this here and, again, not be overly concerned about it because it's not very expensive. Or even if you're tailgating, it's so small, you can bring it in your vehicle and you can play games with your friends and just have fun. So this is a great, great system, and I highly recommend it for any and everybody out there. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. Consider supporting us at patreon.com/HomeTheaterHobby. You can pick one of these up in that Amazon link in the description below. We'll talk to you next time.